Ryan McCombs with the band Drowning Pool. Be out on the road with this guy over here, Kris. Be out with this guy in Australia coming up real soon. So get your ticket spot, get out there, spend some time with us, make some memories, have a good time. Yeah.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks for joining us tonight, Ryan.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Well, so as you say, Drowning Pool will be in Australia soon for a run of shows with Alien Ant Farm and Frankenbok starting in Brisbane on February the 11th. So, how you feeling, mate?
I'm feeling okay, man. I started some DIY project here at the house about 2 weeks ago. I'm in the second week of it right now. It should took about 4 days, but my amazing, loving, incredible, just beyond all good, positive things you can say about a human being. My wife uh, has decided to wait until the project is close to being done on a couple different occasions to decide that she wants it completely different. So the 4 day project has turned into about 2 weeks. So I'm wrapping it up right now just in time to hit the tarmac and to fly out for the States on Sunday, where we go into the studio for a few days before we hit the back into the airplane again for Australia. So right now I'm enjoying the fact that I'm talking to you because that means I'm not taking a risk of cutting any more fingers off on any saws or anything as I work around the house. So
Blessed. So, have you even packed yet for the tour, mate, or you haven't even had a chance for that?
no, I have no idea. I'll probably just end up. You know what? As long as I'm in Australia, dude, it's gonna be hot. As long as I got some underwear and a shoe to do a drink out of, I'll be fine, I reckon.
What size t-shirt are you, bro? I'll bring you a heavy shirt along so you got.
Oh no, I gotta get packing. I gotta get packing. That is for sure.
Drowning Pool were asked to join the tour after CKY pulled out, mate. So, does that put any extra pressure on you coming into it, or any less? Do you reckon?
No, no, I don't think anything of it. Um, I don't think no. I haven't given that any thought on. We just do what we do. That doesn't matter who's it doesn't matter the spot we're in or who we're with. We're going to be drowning pool. I mean, it's a luxury. It's a luxury that you have when people have kept you around as long as they have drowning pool. You don't necessarily need to worry about twisting or bending your set vibe to match the package that you're out with. You just when you've had the opportunity and you've been given the opportunity to be to be out there doing this as long as we have people tend just to want to hear what you're doing. So we just go out there and be ourselves regardless of what the package is.
Cool. And yeah, the band hasn't been here out here since 2016. Like, I was going to say what's changed with the band, but the most obvious and biggest thing is looking at me right now.
Yeah, yeah, we got back together about 2 years ago, and been busy as hell. I mean, been very busy since. It's awesome. The demand for the band has been as incredible as it is, but that's also why we decided in early 2024, looking at our schedule and realizing just how much 2024 was going to replicate 2023 as far as just being very US heavy as far as shows go, festivals and everything. We knew to 2025 we wanted to concentrate on overseas, meaning outside of the US. And one of our top locations that we wanted to get back to was Australia. And we didn't necessarily have this one. This wasn't on our radar at all. I, myself hating the sun and hating everything that has to do with hot weather, I didn't want anything to do with Australia during Australia summer. So I was looking more towards Australian winter, but when this came about, it was kind of a no-brainer. I got the email sometime in the middle of my night here in England, and it was a no-brainer. They wanted us to come on, take, as you said, uh, take the spot of CKY and turn it into a co-headline tour. So yeah, it was a no-brainer to do it. You never know when you have that list of places you want to go to, you're hoping they pan out, but there's so much politics involved and everything that when something like this did come about, we didn't want to turn it down and then all of a sudden be looking, be having 2025 in our rear view mirror and not having gotten over to Australia. So it was something that we definitely wanted to jump on and make happen. So it's taken a lot of work, in particularly from CJ. It's taken a lot of work on his part to uh to get all the T's crossed and the I's dotted so that the band, the entity of Drowning Pool was able to jump on this and get everything ready to go.
And, well, you're not going to want to hear this, bro, but we're in the middle of a heat wave at the moment, so you might only need your undies and that's it.
Chris, that's complete bullshit, and I don't want to hear it at all.
All right. Oh shit! So have you guys played much with Alien Ant Farm before, mate? They look like a lot of fun.
Well, we've both been around for a couple days, and so we've had the opportunity to share the stage off and on through the years. Actually, just most recently, we had a show in Tennessee this past year, 2024, and they happened to be in the area, so their people called our people and was like, "Hey, how about can Alien jump on in a support slot?" And we're like, "Absolutely." So we actually our paths just crossed as recently as this past year. Um, but I did a full tour with them several years ago with the band Soil. We did a European and UK run with them. So yeah, we've all shared time with each other at some point.
And what's the chances of you guys jumping up and doing Smooth Criminal with them?
None.
CJ had a CJ said there was a good chance.
Well, for him, now, yeah, if you're talking Drowning Pool, as in somebody from Drowning Pool, CJ's all about that shit. CJ's all about good times. I hate good times. I hate happiness. I hate small children's laughter, sunshine, puppy dogs. I hate all that shit. So no, I will not be getting up and having a good time with Alien Ant Farm. That's all CJ's world right there. Let that kid have the laughs and the smiles and all that happiness shit. I am not doing that.
Oh, that's probably the best answer to a question I've got in 20 years of doing this job, mate. That's fucking awesome.
Just coming from the heart, buddy. That's all I know.
So there's going to be a lot of people coming along for one song only from Drowning Pool, which is Bodies, but you guys are so much more than that. So give us say five other songs that you can listen to from Drowning Pool to get to know the band a bit.
That's real easy coming from me, dude. That's real easy. People don't know this, but as far as rock radio, metal radio, as far as radio charts in the U.S., uh, it was my time with Drowning Pool that we wrote the three highest charting songs radio wise in Drowning Pool's history. That's including I'm talking about the history. So I'm talking about Outcharted Bodies, which was 37 Stitches, Turn So Cold, and I Feel Like I Do. Um, the Will always be the Bodies band, and I'm very appreciative. Thank God for Bodies. Um, Always, there's people out there like, "What band you in?" Drowning Pool. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Oh, that's my favorite song. Hey, it's your favorite song. You don't know who played it? What the hell? But the always be the Bodies song, and I'm thankful for that because any opportunity we have that I have personally to be a part of a song to play a song that Dave Williams was a part of is a gift and is a gift that I love to give back as well because as long as that man's work is still in people's ear holes, then the world is a better place. Um, but my era of the band, like I said, those three songs were the highest charting songs in the band's history. The song Revolution just came out. You've also got Step Up from the Jason Jones era of the that's the cool thing about this band is it's very easy to separate the band into four different eras when you're talking about you can easily do that with Dave Williams, Jason Jones, myself, and Jason Moreno. It's very easy to separate that and you'll see the live wise, you'll see every flavor of the band through those years. Because I think it's very important to always keep in mind as a member of Drowning Pool that not only are we blessed and are we lucky that people have kept us around this long, but you have to have the realization and the tap into reality of the fact that some people out there some people are old school, man. They were into the band from Dave Williams on. Some people their favorite, maybe they didn't get introduced to Drowning Pool until Desensitized and Step Up and some of those tracks, Hate and stuff. Maybe some of those songs are their favorite tracks. Maybe my era with Feel Like I Do or Enemy or one of those songs, maybe that's their era. Or maybe some of the stuff with Jason Moreno, Finger in a Fist and Red Light and stuff. Maybe that's their flavor. So as a member of the band, you got to keep in mind that there's people out there in the crowd who may be a fan, any one of those eras may be their favorite. So you want to incorporate pieces and parts of all those times into the live show that everybody walks away going, they heard their track, they heard a track from their album. So it's not only awesome to be kept around this long, but it's awesome to have a discography like Johnny Pool has that you're able to pull from such a vast variety of music to make a killer set or what you hope is a killer set.
You mentioned the single Revolution, which is the latest one you guys have released. Like, it was your first with the band in 13 years. So, were you nervous at all?
No, not at all. It was, when we got back together, it was Stevie and I going back and forth on messages, just small talk, and that was weird to me because Stevie's as Texas can be. He's not all about your small talk. He's a man of few words, but what he has to say is usually worth fucking listening to. So all of a sudden we're bouncing back and forth on text messages one night. And about an hour and a half into it, I'm just like, this is not like Stevie. Well, what's up? So I was like, man, are you sure everything's all right? He's like, everything's great. He goes, actually, we were wondering if you'd be into doing some reunion shows. And I was like, hell, without missing a beat, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then like 3 days later, 2 days later, I got a phone call from their manager at the time, and it wasn't like reunion shows. It was you're back in the band. We got some shows coming up soon. We got a show with Pantera to get ready for, and by soon I mean in 2 weeks. So we're going to get you a flight booked, get you in a couple of days before the show. You'll have like a day or two to rehearse with the guys, first time in 13 years, and then you got shows. So walking into that, flying into Dallas, Texas, CJ picked me up. We walk into the studio. We walked into the rehearsal spot. First time being around these guys in a jamming atmosphere in 13 years, and it was just like putting on a pair of comfy shoes. It was like we hadn't missed a beat. Um, and that's the way the live shows were, and just everything was just the only difference in the rehearsals was that between songs when people picked up their phones to like check messages or whatever, they had to hold the phones a little bit farther away from their faces in order to read the small fucking print on them. That was the only difference was just the age factor that had nailed us over the 13 years. But other than that, man, it was like a old hat. It was cool.
So, you said before that you go into the studio for a few days before you hit Australia. So, does that mean Revolution is not just a standalone single for now?
Oh, not at all. No, it never intended to be. It just happened to be the first song we had done.
Right.
The demand for the band has been great, like I said, and but the downside of that is that since getting back together, the creative juices have been flowing, and I know that sounds kind of like you never want to hear juices been flowing because it makes you feel like you may have just walked into a weird porn scene or something. But it's the new material has been cranking it out since. Wow, dude, we went from juices flowing to porn scene to cranking it out right there, all within like that was all within a 60-second line. Holy shit! Now. With Chris Peters, we have X-rated material coming out to your airwaves on social media.
E-
Enjoy.
Everywhere.
I'm sorry I took us down this road, dude. This is fucked up. Revolution just happened to be the first song. They're like, we need a song yesterday, and we're like, well, here's a song we have done. But it's awesome because we have such no diss on Revolution, but like I said, if you like Revolution, you're gonna love the material we got coming because we got. I think Revolution is I like it, but compared to the stuff we got coming, it's yeah, I think everybody would be happy.